second grade. It's Mrs. Sylvester for a quick math review. For Tuesday, March 31st, there are no assigned math pages. The second grade teachers want to remind students that they can always go back and practice any remembering pages from their math homework book. But today we are going to review relating addition and subtraction when we have an equation. And I just came up with these two numbers. We're working with two-digit numbers, and these are within 100. But a fun way to come up with numbers is taking some dice, and you can roll for how many tens you want, and then roll again for how many ones you want. You could write down the numbers on a little piece of paper and put them in a hat and pick out the numbers, or again, just come up with them. So we have 76 plus 49. And whenever we have our equation, the students are very familiar with making a math mountain. So because I have my two add-ins, I know that let me just move my math mountain down a little bit actually. They go at the bottom of my mountain. And I can put my first add-in 76 on this side and my second add-in 49 on this side. Now what am I missing in my math mountain? Well, my total, which I see here in my equation, is unknown. So I can put my unknown or mystery box here at the top. And there's something else that is a good idea to add to your math mountain, and I do see it in our equation. Remember what we can add? Oh, it's our addition symbol, because we want to remind ourselves that our two add-ins are always added together, and that means that we can also subtract either one from our total. So reminding yourself with this math mountain can be a great way to review how addition and subtraction are related. So when you get ready to solve this equation, we also know that relating our equation to a word problem can be a great way to also understand the problem. So I'm thinking of 76 cardinals. I saw 76 cardinals in my first tree, and then I saw 49 cardinals in my second tree in my backyard. So how many cardinals did I see in all? So that is a put together problem. 76 cardinals in the first tree plus 49 cardinals in the second tree. How many did I see in all or all together? So let me give you a minute to think of a word problem that would match this equation in Math Mountain. If you want, you could practice your writing and even write it down. Wouldn't that be cool to see that many real cardinals? I think I've only seen maybe a real total of 5 at a time. But let's figure out this imaginary word problem number of cardinals. So I have a horizontal equation, but since I'm working with double-digit numbers, I like to use a vertical equation. So 76 and 49, and we know that it's very important to have your digits in your ones place in line and your digits in your 10 place in line. And that is related to our math mountain, where we see our two add-ins added at the bottom. So I'm going to remind second graders that one strategy that we can do is first adding our ones. There is another strategy where you can add your tens first, but if I see my two ones that I have 6 and 9, that is 15. And instead of writing 15 like this, I know that in 15 I have a 10. So my two methods that we've practiced are, you can put your new 10 above, your new group of 10 above, or your new 10 below. But it definitely can't stay in the ones place. So let me make sure that I either put it above or below. I just wrote it there so you could know. And here's my new 10. My new 10 plus 7 tens plus 4 tens. Think about it, and that makes 12 tens. I don't have any hundreds in my two add-ins, but I make a new 100, so I can include that in my total. So 12 tens, or 125. Now I know that my skill is to relate my addition and my subtraction. So So since I found my total, I could fill in my math mountain knowing that I just figured out what my two add-ins make in total. But let's check our addition by subtracting. So I'm going to take my total and make that a subtraction equation, just like my math mountain shows. Now I could subtract either add-in. I'm just going to go with my first add-in. So 125 minus 76. And again, I'm very mindful and I like to draw what I call place value lines to remind myself that this is my ones place and I do have 100. So let me draw this second line to have my tens place and my hundreds place. So I want to first subtract my ones. And what's our rhyme that we learned? More on the floor, go next door to get 10 more. Because if I only have 5 ones, I don't have enough ones. We need more ones. So I can go to my tens place and I have 2 tens. So I'm going to ungroup one of them to make 10 ones. So 2 tens. Now I'm going to ungroup one of them, so I'll just have 1 left. And my 10 that becomes 10 ones, I know some students like to just put your 10 there or cross off and say, I don't have just 5 ones anymore, but I have 10 ones and 5 ones. So that is 15. So 15 ones minus 6 ones is 9, because I know that 15 is a teen total, and take 15 minus 5 would be 10. Subtracting 6 means that I have 9. Next, subtract my tens place. 1 10 minus 7 tens. I can't do that. More on the floor. Go next door. And some of you know that you really do have 11 tens, which is what we're going to ungroup here. So my 100 is going to ungroup to make 10 tens. So instead of just 1 10, I'm going to have my 10 tens and my 1 10. So 11 tens minus 7 tens is 4 tens. So I'm relating my addition and subtraction, seeing that my total minus an add-in, my answer is my second add-in. And did I check it correctly? Yes, because my second add-in is 49. Just like when I added 49 to my first add-in 76, I made the total. So this is something that we have learned in second grade, and it would be a great thing to practice at home, relating addition and subtraction, coming up with an equation. I started with a horizontal addition equation, related it to my math mountain that clearly shows addition between the two add-ins and subtracting either add-in from the total, and then checking with my addition equation or finding the total, and then checking by taking the total and subtracting one of my add-ins. Again, to make it a little more fun, think of different ways you can come up with the two add-ins. Maybe make a whole bunch and then pick them from a hat. Maybe ask your family members to just randomly pick a number within 100 or within 200. And also connecting it with our word problems, so just sharing a word problem out loud or writing it down. But great job keeping up with your math practice, Cardinals, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.